Chad here with a new PTL segment called Hard Counter. Of course, I'm joined with Kobe.
Again.
It's us again. Basically, we're going to pick an NALCS quarterfinal match, and then we have 1 minute and 30 seconds to argue as to which team we think is going to win. However, when someone hits the buzzer, you have to switch the team that you're arguing for. So let's pull up the playoff bracket very quickly to show what we're going to be talking about. There's a Cloud9 versus Envy series and a COG versus Liquid series in North America. Kobe, being the resident COG expert, is going to be talking for them, and he's going to be going first.
All right.
Is what it's going to be. You feeling good?
Okay, so COG versus Team Liquid,
Kobe,
who's going to win?
You have 1 minute and 30 seconds, and every time I press this button, you have to start arguing for the other team.
Will do.
All right. 3, 2, 1, COG.
All right, we'll start with COG then. That's the easy one because they beat Team Liquid both times when they met in the summer split. They were very close, both 2-1 victories for COG though. And I think that COG highest priorities really early on. Let's start with the draft phase. They need to save their counter pick for Huhi.
What about TL?
The reason that they need to save their counter pick for Huhi, Team Liquid, they're gonna win actually because Phoenix is way better than Huhi. He has the highest CS difference at 10, whereas Huhi actually has the lowest. Phoenix is at 5.7 and Hui's at 4.9 negative.
Man,
so
that's
that
a really
mid
strong
lane
point.
is how the mid lane is how the last two games. Never mind, COG is going to win. Because Stixay in the bottom lane also has an advantage over Fabi, especially if we go back to that CS difference at 10 stat. Stixay's number 2 only behind Double Lift. And COG play a lot as a team. They play a lot better in the late game. Team Liquid, they've had problems once you get to the late game. They actually had leads in all 3 of the games in their last series, but then threw away the game later because they don't have...
Are they going to win, though?
Never mind. Team Liquid, they're actually going to win because, hey, guess what? They had leads in all 3 of the games.
They're a better team.
Even though they lost the last series, they had leads in the early game in all those games, and they should have won those. As Dardoch said, you know, we beat ourselves when we tilted, and that's something that they can fix.
All right, 10 seconds left. Why COG
Never mind. COG gonna win because you keep saying you're gonna fix that stuff about tilting later in the game and throwing game-winning fights around dragons and barons and stuff, but you keep making those mistakes. What did I end on?
That was actually really fun. COG's gonna win.
Okay,
COG Cobra. I let you finish on COG for that.
Okay, my turn then.
I get Envy versus C9, the 3 seed versus the 6 seed.
And you're gonna start with Cloud9.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, higher seeded team. This should be easy. Let's go Cloud9.
C9 is such a better team than Envy. They have a substantially better record, and they're also better in almost every single lane. You look at the matchup between Jensen and Ninja. Jensen was nearly the MVP last split. He got pretty good votes.
Gonna body some people.
He's going to crush people. Impact, Seraph looks up to that guy, and especially since they're going to be seeing
does he?
lane swaps.
Yeah. What about Seraph? What about Envy? How is Seraph and Envy going to win then?
Yeah, I mean, I know Seraph looks up to Impact, but Seraph's also a much smarter player than Impact for Envy. Like, how many times did you see Impact sitting in a lane by himself, getting ganked by 3 or 4 people? That could still happen even without lane swaps if they just move the jungler over, if they roam the mid laner.
Oh, what did Cloud9 do then?
They're going to win in every other position. Like, even in the games where Impact was dying, they were still crushing everywhere else. Their bottom lane is super strong, especially when you think about Sneaky, now that he has his solo support and they're not switching between Smoothie and Bunny Fufu. So he's going to be, like, actually pretty solid, and Lotta's been slumping a lot lately. So I definitely feel like Sneaky will be able to carry in team fights. That's not even to talk about the jungle, where Meteos has actually had a bit of a resurgence this split.
And Envy are actually going to win.
Yeah, it's because even with the resurgence from C9, they're really inconsistent. Like, you might think the 6 seed could never beat C9, who's a 3 seed. But check out last split. TSM was a 6 seed, and C9 was a 3 seed, and they got crushed. So C9, have they really made enough changes from last split to this split to prevent another playoff?
Yes, they have. Cloud9 are going to win.
Yeah, of course they're going to win. They've made enough changes. That's why they brought in Reaper. He's a much better coach. They all look up to him. He might even win coach of the split. We have no idea, but he's very good. And like I said, they're better in top, they're better in jungle, they're better in mid, they're better AD carry, better support, better coach. How are they going to lose, Kobe?
Done. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I like actually being able to
flip-flopping.
mess it over. Okay, that will be Hard Counter. Hit us up at RideChat, at RideKobe, or at LLE Sports. Let us know who you think is going to win this weekend's quarterfinal.
Make up your mind. Who's
or,
going to win?
like, send a tweet that says one team's going to win, then send one that's the other team going to
Or
win.
just flame us for being biased.
We're all about just contradicting each other constantly, and we're super biased, but that'll do it.